very much many attractive traits. A lot of them. A lot of them. But this trait that I'm going to talk about, give me a few minutes, I'm a big advocate of it. A very big advocate of it. I mean, to me, if they are on all cylinders with this trait or this certain characteristic, the other characteristics or traits, now they can't be, straight up bad or this, not attractive, but they don't have to be so much dominant on all cylinders as this particular characteristic or trait from a gorgeous, a beautiful, very attractive woman. Why do men have so much admiration, and this includes me, for women with pretty feet and toes? Man, I don't know. A lot of people got kind of thrown. You remember the movie Boomerang with Eddie Murphy? When Leela Rashawn and Eddie Murphy had that scene, and Leela Rashawn was a big, tall, goddess brick house. I'm talking about beautiful, sexy. They done did to do. Eddie done spend the night. He done did what he had to do. And Leela's beautiful, banging, body on point. And he catches her asleep, and he like, let me look at her feet. Wow, let me see her feet. And when he saw her feet, they were subpar. Had corns on them. And I think it kind of threw them from a loop. But I'm a big, again, advocate of a woman with pretty feet and toes. Some men are attracted to women's feet and toes due to the combination of biological, psychological, and cultural factors. The proximity of the feet and genital sensory processing areas, as well as cultural associations of feet with youth, beauty, and attraction. And that's the point. Man, if them feet banging, it is a beautiful thing. And that she can have beautiful legs, but it's also how they have their feet pedicured. Some women have their toes, kind of like filed down a certain way. I'm not going to even talk about the colors of enamel they can put on their feet. You see a woman with, she's nice and slender. She might not have the most supple buttocks, pretty face, round and nice and full. Lovely set of cleavage on them. I'm not going to even say breasts, but I'm speaking for me too. But me, I'm looking at them feet and I'm looking at them toes. You know how a woman sees a man and they go from their feet up? That's how I look at a woman, especially an attractive woman. I'm looking at her from her feet up because I can already kind of picture her face. And I can already, face. But man, if them feet and toes is on point, it's to the point, people, where if I have a date with a female and I have entertained female company and we come and chill, say maybe at my lair or my domain, or I go chill at her lair or her domain, and I will ask him a question like, when I'm being too forward, I'm like, if you don't mind, if we getting comfortable and cozy, because she'll tell me something, you can take off, because women want to check out a man too, take your shirt off, you got a little muscle shirt on, take your shirt off. They want to check out your arms, your chest, see you got a little muscle tone on you, and that's all cool. So my get back to them, or my response to them, if you don't mind, take them socks off. I want to see them feet and toes. Much as a big, nice, supple derriere of buttocks, much as pretty soft skin, smooth skin texture, a beautiful face. Them toes get me aroused in a certain way that's second to none. They are. Them toes get me aroused. I'm talking about real quick. I like a woman with pretty feet and toes because I like them soft. If we just chilling, I like to give her a massage with them. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. The biological factors. Research suggests that the part of the brain that processes sensory information from the feet is located near the area that processes genital sensations. The close proximity may lead to a neurological link between feet and sexual arousal, some adventures. It's straight up as far as me, but I know it means it's straight up, I believe, has a straight up neurological link, a sexual arousal. Because I'm talking about, I go bananas. I mean, I'm just like, baby, let me see them feet. Let me see them feet. I mean, it's a deal breaker. As I see, she has everything as well. Now, I know a lot of people, and I have been even questioning this, and my homeboys never told me, man, you mean to tell me this woman can be a 10, you know, curvaceous. That's all good and well. You know, beautiful hair. I love that too. Sexy eyes. I stop you when you're wrong. Keep going. Nice teeth. I love teeth too. Like I say, work out, very curvaceous. Tone six pack, all that. Nice cleavage. But you would give all that up if she had a bad set of hooves or feet on her. I said, well, I probably wouldn't give it up, but I would be like, damn, them feet. Because like I say, as they said, as I did my research, feet is a turn on to me. I don't know why it is. It's a turn on to me. They are sexy. I think a woman, and like I say, it doesn't matter. I'm talking about, you know, little short, stubby feet, long, narrow feet. This, if they done, I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that's something attractive that I'm knowing the woman is paying attention to that part of her body. And again, it turns on all kind of sensories. I mean, my nerve endings are straight up, you know, going off. The levels are going off. They turned up. Man, I love a woman with pretty feet and toes. I love them. I have actually been more into or attracted to a woman that was not, she wasn't, you know, ugly, but she was just, you know, average looking, you know, had an average body. Wasn't bad. She was still attractive, but you know, you probably wouldn't think she was this one of the baddest, you know, walking around or nothing like that. But fellas, peeps, even the ladies, man, her feet was this. Her feet, she kept her feet so dope that I was into her. When she would come over, and you know, maybe we go, especially in the summertime, I would love for her to have her sandals on. I would even tell her, hey baby, I'm gonna buy you some sandals. And I was just like a kid in a candy store. When she had her feet out and she was displaying them, I'm looking at them more than anybody else looking at them. It's a turn on with them feet. I don't know what it is, but it turns me on. But I just think it's a sexy thing because, again, a lot of fellas don't even worry about nothing like that. They're more into the rear end, the buttocks, the cleavage, the breast. They're more in how a woman walk, how her legs, and that's cool. And I love all that too. But man, there's something about that feet. Them feet, again, it's just a deal breaker. It really is. Psychological factors. The Freudian theory suggests that foot fetishes may develop from early childhood experiences and associations. Additionally, the idea of a feet as a sign of health and vitality can play a role, as healthy feet is often associated with the ability to run and walk long distance which were crucial for survival in the past. Yeah, because if your feet are healthy, feet are a big deal in your overall health, in your health wellness, in your everyday well. I have done my research on that. Now, I know we saying this, my point is, a woman's feet, it's an attractive thing to us men, but overall feet are like your teeth. It's healthy. You can tell that a person may have an underlying condition or maybe sickly by how they feet. But now I'm just talking about feet in general. But I'm getting back onto the point of how a woman's sexy feet. I love how they get them done, man. I love when they change the colors. Some of the favorite color as far as enamels, when they get their feet and toes done. I love a woman that has the green, the pink, clear. Of course, the clear is cool. Nothing wrong, but even when Cardi B says in her song, my toes are white like Matthew McConaughey, I get that because white is a sexy thing too. A lot of these top-notch, these baddie women, they be rocking that white enamel on their toes. And it is sexy, man. And they be having them banging bodies too. I mean, come on, man, think about it. You have a Miami Beach, you have a beach body, which is toned, and then you have a big old thunder or bass in the back. You got that long, pretty hair. You got some A1 knockers up here. Skin is so soft and smooth and pretty. But then the foundation is that's holding up all of that is them pretty feet and toes. And then they are colored. The color on the toe is that white enamel. It's just a beautiful thing. Cultural factors. Cultural norms and ideas of beauty also influence perceptions of attractiveness. In some cultures, slender, well-groomed feet is seen as a sign of femininity, youth, and social status. This can lead to an association of attractive feet with other desirable qualities. Oh yeah. I agree with that. And slender feet can be sexy too, pretty feet and toes. But I also have seen some nice little, I'm not going to say fat, but some women with some wide feet, toes sexy. I'm talking about sexy. It also kind of goes with how their body is too, the feet, It also goes how, I like how their feet look, maybe how a woman stand. You have women that's pigeon-toed, you have women that's bow-legged. But a man, our feet is this. I mean, these women with these pretty feet and toes, I'm a big advocate. If, you had something that, how can I say this? Of course, what the dominant attraction, the dominant attraction of a woman is, all right, that she has a big old booty, is her hair long? Again, I'm getting back to that. But if you had a dark horse to start out with, I'm going to come with, hey man, let's see what she's standing on. Let's see how her feet and toes look. Let's see what she's doing there. Let's see how she keep them up. I mean, and I understand why a lot of women are very persistent with getting their manicures, but hey, people, continue to put a lot of emphasis on them pedicures because it's a beautiful thing. I'm a big advocate for them. I mean, if I'm interested in a lady and she said, well, Nina, what do you want from me? What would you be willing to fund me on a certain thing and we something serious you don't mind funding me on? Look, babe, take you some of this money and go get them toes done. 'Cause I'm loving them toes. I'm loving them feet. And it's like vitality. And also, pretty feet and toes is another way of youthfulness. A woman can be old. And I'm saying pretty feet and toes again. Let me lay this down about pretty feet and toes. It doesn't, a lot of time, has an age preference on it. Now, of course, the younger, hotter women probably want to show their pretty feet and toes more often. than a younger, older, or than an older woman or a middle-aged woman. But don't get me wrong. That's not discriminating. Middle-aged women are sexy, and some middle-aged women have some nice set of hooves or feet on them too, and they take care of their feet with the pedicures. You dig what I'm saying? It's all individual variation. It's important to remember that attraction is subjective. That's right. And all men are attracted to feet, and not all men are attracted to feet. That's right. They got other attractions. Furthermore, feet fetishes are not also limited to men. Women can also have foot fetishes. You're right. You're right. I've seen women going crazy over a man with a nice set of feet. He keeps his toes up. That's why, as I do, a lot of men go get pedicures. They keep their feet up. See, that's a healthy thing. I know the first thing, a man can be, as a woman would say, and I've heard, a man can be strong, masculine. How them women say, oh, that man fine and everything. But a woman is checking out too. Everything is correct. Everything is dope about the man until he take them socks off. Women don't want you, she don't want to say y'all done kicked it. Y'all done went out on a date. Y'all went somewhere lately. But then, the dessert is when y'all get back home, she is your dessert, you are her dessert. Y'all bodies both are banging and everything, Her toes on point. When you take off your socks, man, them things like razor blades. You can cut them. Men, you have to go get them pedicures too. I do it myself. It's a healthy thing. It's an attractive thing. Because women are digging, and I know a lot of men get back, well, I'm a man. I shouldn't have to worry about that. She going to still, get with me anyway. Because what does my feet got to do with what I'm finna put down or what I'm finna put on her in the bed? But it's the little things of detail. Women love little detail-like things and little attractions added off of a man, just like a man loves little detail and things attracted off of a woman. But I have seen that, man, women be digging a man that keeps his feet up. They don't have to be great now, but just go get them clipped. Don't have them toenails ready to cut a hole in the woman. She wants to rub up against your feet and say y'all in the sack finna do the thing. She wants to rub up against your feet. She don't want to be, afraid to rub up on your feet because she gonna put you gonna sever her skin with them hard feet. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. But anyway, I love a woman's feet. Why do men have admiration for women with pretty feet? Why do men have admiration for women with pretty feet and toes? And I'm one of them because it's a sexy thing. It can turn a man on, and all of this is subjective. This is just my opinion. You might not feel the same way I feel, but this is my opinion. But me, it's a turn on to me. But it's a vitality thing to me. It's a pay attention to detail thing to me. With all the other body parts that she has on point, and I'm talking about a sexy, attractive woman. Hey man, it ain't nothing like having them foundations, but what you're standing on, have them sexy and attractive. Why do men have an admiration for women with pretty feet and toes? Why do women have an admiration for men with nice feet? 2 Cents, the podcast. I'm Nino. Thank you, peeps.